Mellow greetings, everybody. My name is James. I am from the internet, and today we are going to be talking about commonality. Now, this is officially my last video for 2021, and I gotta say, by and large, this has been a gigantic dumpster fire of a year. So trying to come up with an end of the year video, it's been kind of difficult because more than anything else, I wanted to put something out that would appeal to everybody. And considering how partisan and full of conflict 2021 has been between politics and economics and corona and masks and vaccines and midterms around the corner, I've really been kind of scratching my head trying to figure out how the hell I would pull this off. But lo and behold, this morning, the light bulb, ding, went off over my head, and I realized that no matter how partisan this year has been, there are still a few things that we all have in common. So, for the last time in 2021, buckle up, kids. Here we go. Alrighty, let's kick things off with a look at the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Wow, look at that stock market flirting with 36,000. All-time record highs. This is amazing. I mean, if you're one of the 20% of Americans who can afford to buy stocks and still actually owns stocks, so maybe that doesn't seem like, a point of commonality, but I would like to point out that no matter who you are, young or old, black or white, rich or poor, if you live in the United States of America, you helped build this. That's right, something we all have in common, because we constantly buy services and products from large multinational corporations who pay their workers pennies on the dollar and then flip it all into enormous corporate profits. They buy back stocks, they drive that stock price up, and all the wealthy people get dividend checks. But hey, we all did this, everybody. Point of commonality number one. See, we do have things in common. Now, a final note before I move on to the next image. I'd like to point out to you that since roughly 1990, the Dow Jones Industrial Average has climbed up roughly 4,000%. Would you like to see how that happened? Cool, I'm going to show you. Well, over roughly the same period of time, the average person in the United States of America is now spending more than 250% more on healthcare, almost 200% more on rent, more than 100% more on transportation, more than 80% increase in what they spend on general goods, and yes, even an overall 60% increase in what they spend in groceries. Now, buried in the middle of this chart, whose numbers were provided by the Department of Labor, you will see it shows that the average income in the United States of America is up almost 150%, but I'd like to point out how skewed this statistic is, because on average over this same period of time, your typical CEO, their salary has gone up 1,400%. The average hourly worker in the United States of America, their wages have gone up 18%. So, everybody, if you are an hourly employee anywhere in the United States of America, congratulations! You have something in common with every other hourly wage employee. Doesn't matter if they're making $7.25 or $72.50 an hour. If you are an hourly wage employee, all of you are paying a ludicrous amount more for everything, but you're getting paid pretty much the same. Well, hey, here's something else we all have in common. Abject terror and fear over going broke and becoming homeless, because personal finances in this day and age are so sketchy that 1 month you're high on the hog and the next month you're sleeping in a bus stop. This, the top list of economic fears that all Americans have. Top of the list. Increased cost of living, closely followed by increased cost of healthcare, and economic slowdown, natural disasters destroying property, longevity of job and investments, rising cost of college, stagnant wages, divorce or loss of spouse, and of course on the bottom of the list, job loss due to automation. See, it turns out we're not freaked out about automation coming to take our jobs because we're all far more fearful of the fact that we're just going to go broke before we lose our jobs. See, there you go, more shit we have in common. Come on, everybody. Embrace the things we have in common. It's almost 2022. And of course, all that financial and economic insecurity leads to the problem that, well, nobody's saving any money anymore. Literally nobody. Look at what we have in common. See, we're on the same boat. We're all fucked. A survey. Top reasons Americans aren't saving more money. I'm living paycheck to paycheck. I have a low salary. I have a high cost of living. I have too much debt. I don't have a savings account. I forget to put money into savings. What? Who? What? Okay, that's like 7% of people. So 93% of us, we all have the same fear in common because all of those responses, those are all the same fear. The fear that no matter how hard we work and no matter what we do, we are still going to be living paycheck to paycheck. And the first time something bad happens, a car accident, a medical emergency, another layoff, well then we go into full insolvency just like that. So what does all of this mean for you, the average viewer at home, the fellow member of the working class? Well, to start with, it means that you have a lot more in common with a lot more people than you thought you did before. It turns out that the person making $15,000 a year and the person making $150,000 a year, well, they have the same exact fears. They are worried and concerned about the same exact thing. That one random accident, one wrong turn, one mishap, one problem with their employment. And just like that, both of those people have the same very valid concern that they will be sleeping under the same freeway overpass. Because at the end of the day, even the guy making 150 grand a year is a hell of a lot closer to the person making 15 grand a year than they are to the person above them making 15 million a year. So over this holiday season, as you are forced into rooms with coworkers and friends and family members that you know you don't share the same ideological beliefs with, it's cool. Just let that shit roll off your shoulder because it turns out that you all have a lot more in common than you thought you did. Now, before I go, I would just like to remind everybody that I will be back in January of 2022 with new videos, a new schedule, who knows, maybe a new look. After all, it's 2022 and we're so far off the edge of the map, I think I could do just about anything at this point, and it would not be surprising. Thank you very much to everybody at act.tv, everybody who comes and watches these videos, clicks the little button, writes me a little note. You are all greatly appreciated. Was it not for all of you, I could not still be doing this right now. So, everybody, have an amazing holiday season. Try to enjoy yourselves. And until next time, my name is James. I am from the internet, and I am out. Peace.